Welcome to FinStechs from Laura and Anthony.
Hey, everyone.
Okay, you are absolutely not going to believe the smartphone that has just dropped. Seriously.
No, it's actually pretty interesting this time.
We are talking, really impressive camera tech, a design that's, well, pure genius in some ways.
Yeah.
And it's all built around making our digital lives feel a bit less chaotic.
Yeah, what really grabbed my attention, is that this isn't just another phone fighting for space. It genuinely feels like it's aiming right at that mid-range market.
Right.
But it's bringing features we usually only see in those, much pricier, top-tier devices.
Exactly. We've been digging through all the tech news, pulling out the key stuff to bring you the essentials on why this phone is making such waves.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to unpack that standout camera system, its really clever modular design, and some surprisingly smart AI features that, honestly, make this phone worth talking about.
Absolutely. Where should we start? The camera.
Yeah, let's kick things off with this camera. It sounds pretty special.
Well, what's fascinating here is the triple lens setup they've managed to pack in. For a phone in this category, it's quite something.
Okay.
You've got a 50-megapixel main sensor, and get this, it's the largest in its class.
Wow. Largest. What does that actually, mean for everyday photos?
Well, think about those dimly lit restaurants or maybe evening shots outside. This larger sensor pulls in way more light. They're saying about 64% more than the predecessor.
64%. That's huge.
It is. So those pictures shouldn't be all blurry and noisy, sharper, more vibrant.
Okay, nice. And it doesn't stop there, right? There's more.
No, exactly. We've also got a 50-megapixel telephoto lens. This one gives you a 2x optical zoom.
Optical zoom, great for portraits then.
Yep.
We're getting closer without just cropping.
Precisely. Good for detailed portraits, blurring the background nicely, or, zooming in on something further away without losing quality. They do have digital zoom, too, up to 20x. But, digital zoom gets pretty rough when you push it that far. Expect some pixelation. And it's worth noting the telephoto has a fixed focus.
Ah. So maybe not great for super close-up macro stuff with that lens.
Probably a bit tricky, yeah. But still, having a dedicated optical telephoto at this price, that's pretty impressive.
Definitely. And what's the third one?
An 8-megapixel ultra-wide. And apparently this is a big upgrade because the previous model didn't even have an ultra-wide.
Oh, really? So now you get those big landscape shots or fit everyone into the group photo.
Exactly. Much more versatile. It shows they're serious about the whole camera experience.
Okay, so 3 distinct lenses. Is there any software magic tying it all together?
Yeah, they talk about their TrueLens Engine 3.0. Sounds fancy, but it's basically the software brain using clever algorithms, Ultra XDR, they call them.
Yep.
It works across all 3 lenses to balance the bright spots and shadows better. So you should get more detail, more natural-looking photos, even if the lighting is tricky.
Right, trying to avoid those blown-out skies or crushed shadows. What about video? Can I shoot decent home movies?
It does 4K, but only at 30 frames per second, so good resolution. And it has electronic image stabilization, EIS.
EIS. So software smoothing.
Yeah, it helps smooth out minor wobbles. But no optical stabilization, OIS, where the lens itself moves. That's probably a cost thing for this segment.
Okay, so videos will be smoother, but maybe not like gimbal smooth for action shots.
Probably not, no. You might still see some shake if you're really moving around.
Gotcha. So if we put it all together, the bottom line on the camera.
Connecting the dots, it seems like you're getting a really capable, flexible camera for what you're paying. Reports mention detailed, colorful images.
Any downsides mentioned?
Maybe some small things like occasional oversaturation or perhaps slight color differences between the main and telephoto lenses sometimes. But overall, it looks like a really strong camera offering for this mid-range spot.
Okay, that sounds promising. Now let's move on to something that sounds, well, kind of different. Modularity. They're letting us customize the phone itself.
Yeah, this is really interesting, their approach here. So on the back, there are these 4 little screws you can actually remove.
Screws. Okay, why?
They let you attach this universal cover. Think of it like a base plate for add-ons.
Add-ons? Like what? This sounds cool.
Well, they've mentioned practical things like a combination wallet and stand. Useful. But the really exciting part, I think, is the hot swappable camera lenses.
Wait, hot swappable? Like different lenses you could just attach?
Apparently, there are macro and fisheye options that just magnetically snap onto this cover. Instantly gives you new photo capabilities.
Whoa, okay. Macro and fisheye. That's actually really clever, like a mini photography kit add-on.
Right. Imagine grabbing an extreme close-up or a super wide shot just by clicking something on. And remember that little corner dial thing they had before?
Oh, yeah, the little knob. Is that back?
It is, and you can just unscrew it by hand easily.
Yeah.
Then you can attach like a lanyard or other accessories.
Huh.
And get this, they're even encouraging people to 3D print their own custom mounts and stuff.
Seriously. So a really open system, that's next level personalization.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember the back used to come off completely on an older phone, though. Is that gone?
It is, yeah. The back isn't fully removable anymore, which apparently caused some debate online. But it really looks like they've leaned into this modular accessory system instead. So the spirit of customization is still there, just maybe in a different way.
Okay, I see. So less internal tinkering, more external add-ons. Sounds like it could be one of the most, I don't know, fun phones out there, especially for the price.
Agreed. Very adaptable.
All right, let's switch gears slightly. This essential key and the AI stuff, what's that all about?
Okay, so the essential key, it's a new physical button right next to the power button.
Another button. What does it do?
Its main job is to give you instant access to something called essential space.
Essential space. Sounds important. What is it? A special folder.
Kind of. Think of it like a dedicated hub, super easy to get to, where you stash all your frequently used stuff, voice notes, screenshots, key photos, things you grab often.
Okay, like a quick access drawer.
Exactly. But here's the clever bit. AI. It uses something called smart collections to automatically categorize everything inside essential space.
Oh, so it sorts it for you.
Yeah. Instead of you having to manually sort files or scroll forever, the AI just intelligently groups related things together. Tidies it up automatically.
Huh. That actually sounds incredibly useful. Just that auto-organization could save a lot of hassle.
Definitely a time saver. And it sounds like AI is sprinkled elsewhere in the system, too.
Yeah, they've apparently woven AI into their latest Nothing OS quite a bit, like in the photo gallery.
What does it do there?
AI segmentation. So say you take a picture of your cat on the sofa. The AI can identify the cat as the main subject.
Right, so you could easily edit just the cat. Or share a cutout.
Exactly. Makes quick edits or sharing specific parts of an image much easier. And there's also an AI-powered smart drawer for apps.
Smart drawer. Organizes apps. Yeah, it apparently learns how you use your apps and automatically puts them into sensible folders for quicker access.
Okay, so it sounds like these AI features aren't just gimmicks then. They're actually designed to streamline things, make the phone smoother day to day.
That seems to be the goal, yeah, making it feel smarter and more intuitive. So to quickly list those unique AI bits, you've got that AI file organization in essential space.
Accessed by the physical key.
Right, that combination. Then there's the AI image stabilization, the EIS we mentioned for video, and that smart gallery with object segmentation for editing.
I guess the phone needs decent power to run all this AI smoothly.
Absolutely. They're highlighting a next-gen NPU, a neural processing unit. Apparently, it can handle like 4.8 trillion operations per second.
Wow.
Which basically means all these AI tasks, especially around managing your photos and files, should run fast and efficiently without killing your battery. It's all part of making the experience feel smarter.
Wow, okay. This phone really does sound like it's offering a surprising amount for, well, what we assume is a mid-range price.
Yeah.
So, quick recap. What are the absolute standouts here?
I'd say the big takeaways are definitely, 1, the ambition to bring near flagship camera performance down to the mid-range. 2, that really innovative modular design for genuine personalization.
Yeah, the swappable lenses sound great.
And 3, those AI features that actually seem useful, aiming to simplify how you use your phone every day.
It really sounds like it's packing in way more value than you might expect, which, it really makes you think, well, if this kind of innovation that the cameras, the modularity, the useful AI is hitting the mid-range now, what does that mean for the future? Like, what's next? What features are going to become totally standard even on more affordable phones?
That is the big question, isn't it? It definitely suggests things are getting much more competitive and exciting across the board.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for this FinStech. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
See you next time.